when when people cheat
Mm-hmm.
and then they forget to disclose that they are in a relationship to the other person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think this should be known,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can make a decision if I'm going to into this relationship or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the
See,
same.
the thing is I don't think.
You just want to take his side.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not taking his side. I'm not taking his side at all. Because I've actually been on the other side of this, where I was like being honest with someone, and then it
Then
became
what?
a problem because I was being honest. I was having this conversation about my beliefs in polyamory, right?
Okay.
Or open relationships and all of it, all like I have my own views on this or whatever, right? So I expressed my views. Now, then this was someone that I had just started dating. This might have been like the on our third or fourth time of even being around each other. We had this conversation, right? Now, in the midst of this conversation, I was saying that, yeah, I'm totally down with open relationships, and I believe that, you know, it's it's not the end of the world for someone to like somebody else or any of this stuff. Um, because I have this thought that even making this contract that people make with one another is breaking that contract is like for some people more of the offense than actually doing something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is my thought on it, and so we had this whole discussion on it, and then so now in her mind there's no way that I would ever want to be in a committed relationship. And but what I was saying to her is, you know even though I believe this stuff, if you don't believe it and I want to be with you, I know this is what it has to be. Like this is what, and I'm totally fine with that. I like you enough that I'm not even thinking about doing something like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
and and for her though, the fact that she was aware that I felt like this, she never believed that I actually just wanted to be with her. So this is
Okay. Something.
and so then later on down the line, now I'm in a position where even though I know that I'm not like trying to do anything with anybody else, everything, it's like I can't say, oh well, where were you earlier today? Oh, can I tell her that I was hanging out with my female friend, and even though nothing was going on, I know that she's gonna, you know what I mean?
Is this a person for you then?
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't the person for me, but like,
It's like you just did not. I completely understand you,
mhm,
and I really like that
mhm,
because I think you explained in a very simple way
mhm,
that you are open to this as a possibility, but also that if you have certain feelings for somebody
mhm,
and you respect their decision not to go into that, that you
mhm,
would also respect that.
mhm,
It cannot have been any more clearer, in my opinion.
mhm,
Now, if the person on the other end has this very, very strong moral line that says this is bad, no, whatever,
mhm,
this is her decision.
mhm,
It's okay.
mhm,
On the other hand, this could have also been a source of her insecurities.
mhm.
Again, fine. It is on her. That just means that you were not a good match.
Right.
So
But the thing is,
this doesn't mean that you don't have to be honest. Like, I would not take this as a benchmark of being an honest person or not when it comes to these things, because I think that the right person for you will be completely okay and she will understand what you are saying.
mhm,
And
mhm,
I think this is actually a very good filter now to use it to see
mhm.
who is a good person and who is not a
Mm,
good fit for you.
interesting. Yes, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
Well.
like, it's the same. Like, I have a friend, she doesn't want to have children.
Mhm,
She doesn't want to have children.
mhm,
This like oozes out of her.
mhm,
She is very clear about this. She said that we all know this. This is how she behaves. Nobody ever was ever confused about the fact that she does not want to have children.
Mm-hmm.
She found a guy. He said it was okay. They dated for 4 years, and he was with her under presumption that her mind will change.
Mm.
That doesn't work like that,
Mm.
And it was just like at the end it was very, very big learning curve for both of them,
Mm.
but she was very honest about this.
Mm-hmm.
So his idea that this is something that is easily to be changed
Mm-hmm.
goes out of him
Mm-hmm.
and his wrong presumptions,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's kind of like he paid the price.
Mm-hmm.
But she did as well, because she was in a relationship with somebody who she thought that is going to be okay with her life choice, and she actually thought that that was his life choice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, people can change their mind on everything and on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right, but it wasn't how it started.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really, really messed up situation. But this is something that she discloses now. She's dating now again. She discloses this on the first date. She's like, this is it's not a really first date conversation, but like she's also like 36.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I feel like I need to tell you this because I'm not gonna make my mind up and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay just like this. So if you're looking for something else, this is a waste of time.
Mm. Interesting. So the honesty filter. Mm.
Honest filter, yes.
Mm. Okay, I like this. I like
Yeah.
this.
I'm not saying like you should go into like, hi, I'm hollis, I want to have polyamorous relationships. It's like, no, but like this is a conversation that you need to open. And there are a couple of things that all of us have a very strong opinion on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find a person who matches that.
Mm-hmm.
Like either they have a very great tolerance for it.
No, the thing is it's not even about wanting to have a polyamorous. So it's just that it wasn't even that. Like I was like saying, I understand the concept. I get it. Like you know what I mean. And you deal with it in every. You deal with every situation as it comes. Like that's what I was saying. And so.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I still think that like yeah, part of the problem is like yeah, we have people that lie, but then we also have people that like if you're penalized for being honest, and I mean of course it's when I say penalized, I don't mean that like if I'm with a girl and I want to have children and she doesn't want to have children, I'm gonna lie to her because I feel like the penalty for this would be us breaking. You know what I mean? Her not being with me, which is
But
kind
what's
of
the point of being with somebody that you are not a good fit with?
well, this is what people do all the time. This is what I'm saying.
People are stupid.
Well, yeah,
Don't be with somebody who's not a good fit for
yeah,
you. This is
yeah,
how you waste years and years off of your life.
yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. You know, in this case, like, yeah, I knew she wasn't a good fit, but she was just too cute. This was that was the problem. That was the actual problem.
Oh
She
man.
was just she you know.
But what was her what did she say, like why doesn't she want to see you anymore?
Wait, who?
The girl of Polly that had an issue with
Oh,
the
oh. Well, we didn't stop seeing each other then. It it,
okay.
it it just was it was just a drama from then on.
Uh-huh. It was like a dark cloud
Yeah,
came.
yeah. So that's what I mean. It wasn't. If she would have been like, I mean, because I've had this kind of conversation that's come up in conversation, or your political views come up, or you know, you're gonna have some point where there's something that you could say, where if you say this,
It's a deal breaker.
it's a deal breaker, whatever, right? Now, and I'm just speaking conceptually. not even that you're trying to do it, but even conceptually, it can be a deal breaker. And so I understand that some people will just say, all right, I'm just not going to even, if they ask me this question, I'm just not going to, because I mean, I feel like it would be very easy for me to never have the polyamorous conversation, knowing that even though I feel this way, to tell someone that I understand it is going to cause me a problem. So I'm going to not tell the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe somewhere down the line when actually the trust has been established in a relationship,
Mm.
then is the right time to disclose things like that.
It's
But
too
not
late
like,
then. It's too late then.
why?
Because
It's never
then,
too late to share an opinion.
what you mean?
Besides, like,
You mean
think,
avoid the conversation until the trust has been built?
yeah, I mean, if it was an insecurity issue with this person,
Mm-hmm.
then I understand why you would do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like if she straight up asked you about this
Mm-hmm.
and then you avoid this conversation or honesty, I would consider it a lie
Mm-hmm.
for your own personal gain.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have these conversations and this is something where you are in the neighborhood of, and you know that this could cause an issue, and then you like just
Mm-hmm.
slightly walk away from that topic,
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that. I would not consider it a lie.
Yeah.
But then again, this is if somebody tells you like, um, I don't know, I'm super against abortions, and then the person on the other end had like five of them, then
Mm-hmm.
tell them,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
like it's the same thing like sex before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like, what date number which would you like to hear a girl tell you that she does not believe in sex before marriage?
Yeah. 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 This is why I asked this question. It's like, how do I was actually out with someone, and I did actually ask this question because she had a cross she was wearing, and I was like, man, I haven't seen this in a long time. I was like, I got to figure out what's going on. But yeah, I actually had a girl tell me, which I really appreciated. She told me, she was like, listen, I'm telling you now, if I get pregnant, I'm keeping it. She was just like, I'm not trying to get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
She is like, but if it happens, don't think there's no discussion about it. There's no, you know what I mean? This is what's happening. And then she said, now if you want to have sex with me, now you know the deal. You know what I mean? So I
Was
really,
that type of the black cloud that came into your relationship?
no, it wasn't well, it wasn't a black cloud, but I mean, then, the questions starts to become, I mean, now for me, I am starting to think in these kinds of terms, like, if I get this girl pregnant, could I deal with it? You know what I mean? Like, do
And see
is
how this changed?
mhm
Somebody just pointing that out to
mhm
you?
mhm mhm.
Mm.
But I think this also comes from like being able to. I've been introduced to this concept of an abundance mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
And versus a scarcity mindset. Now, the question becomes like, you know, am I strong enough to walk away and realize, hey, someone else is gonna come along rather than, you know what I mean? Like what this guy did, instead of just taking the girl on her word about not wanting to have kids and saying, okay, obviously, if I want to have kids, we can't be together, and then saying, okay, it was very nice hanging out with you. I gotta go somewhere else. You know what I mean? And find someone who wants to have kids. Like that's not having an abundance mindset. Like he's just like, oh, this is the only girl in the world, so I have to stay with her and hope that you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I like this honesty filter thing and having these, you know.